Excellent condition, except for when it's not.
That's live.
Oh my goodness, we might have done the thing. Maybe. I don't know.
It's live. I had to log out of YouTube twice now, but now it's live. I don't know if it won, like, not connected fucking YouTube or whatever.
Oh wow, there's actually... I can see myself. We're doing the thing. Wow, there's actually... I can see myself. Ah, good lord. I have audio. Wow, we did the thing, guys. Holy bejeebus. We did the heckin' thing. We're so good at this. Yeah, well. Wow, we did the thing, guys. It only took, it only took 15 minutes to actually get this stream going. You wow, not us. No, I'm acknowledging me wow, because we absolutely suck at YouTube, it seems, or streaming or
And
setting up.
IT.
Our IT is not up to snuff. It took us 15 minutes to try to get this thing rolling, which is fascinating. It's impressive how much more challenging YouTube is on like trying like multi-stream between with OBS. It's incredible how much more difficult this is trying to stream for YouTube, Rumble, and then Twitch. Like, it's so much easier on my cell phone of just clicking go live. It's and you know what? Like, this is a decent rant. It feels like the more advanced technology gets, it feels like, the fancier and fancier we get, the harder fucking everything actually gets. Like, it's so... No, literally Monkeyville. No, sure, but like... I've been noticing this more and more lately as, I've gotten rid of my Xbox One and I've gone back to the Xbox 360. And I find myself playing on a Steam Deck less and less, and I find myself going back to play the Xbox 360. It's like I don't own a car that's older than 2010. Like I keep going back to older tech. I keep going back to things that work. 360 you can use with your eyes closed. And the thing that I love about the Xbox 360 is that it just keeps fucking working. Now, specifically the Generation 2, the Generation 1 of the Xbox 360, that got the red ring of death. But it's just... It's interesting how much technology just keeps fucking failing on us. It's like the more that we try to get advanced technology, the more that we try to, have technology be like the next and greatest thing, I just find myself hating technology more and more and more and more, which is comical, as I'm trying to live stream, and it's comical as the entirety of my business is reliant on social media. It's comical because the irony that I spend so much time and effort on Twitter, or sorry, X. But I just find myself hating technology more and more and more and more. I find myself loathing technology and everything, like with Toyota. And recently, everyone's like, there's this huge viral post on Toyota's new vehicles and the new Forerunners and the Tundras and apparently the vans as well. There's like a subscription service that you have to pay for with your vehicle to be able to use the navigation. You have to have a subscription service to be able to use the radio, and you have to have a subscription service to be able to Bluetooth your phone to the aux or to the radio or whatever you want to call it. And it's just technology. It's like, have we gone too far, guys? Have we gone too fucking far? Like I get inside of my 1988 K20 V8 Suburban and I connect my phone to the Bluetooth cassette player and it just fucking works. I take my Tarzan cassette and I put it inside of the cassette player and it fucking works. And it's fascinating to me how much people are just like so obsessed with the latest and the greatest. And it's fascinating how many people, they want the latest and the greatest. And so many people, oh wow, so many people are wanting so much new and fancy technology, and so many people are wanting like new and fancy fucking cell phones. And I'm like, dog, I'm gonna be real with you. If I wasn't running my fucking company off of this fucking nightmare brick, right? If I wasn't able to make literal millions of fucking dollars from this fucking piece of shit, I wouldn't use it. I'd be using a fucking flip phone. If I wasn't able to make so much fucking money from this stupid evil fucking thing, I wouldn't fucking use it. I would be using a flip phone. But the fact that I'm able to make money, the fact that I'm able to, have this warehouse and have employees and have a better life for me and my family because of this fucking shit brick, I keep using it. But it's fascinating to me how many people are drawn to social media, how many people are drawn to like the newest and greatest tech. Does your radio work, battle puppy? I don't know what that means, and I don't want to know what that means. Flip phones were peak. Absolutely, flip phones were fucking peak. And you know what? In a lot of ways, I kind of just want to go back to that. And I'm pretty sure that I'm going to get a flip phone for like when I'm going out in the hills, and I'm just going to have like a vlog camera and then a flip phone. I'm so sick and tired of how far technology's gone. I'm sick and tired of AI and AI content being everywhere, and how like Twitter now just feels like Facebook was a couple of years ago. And Twitter doesn't feel the same as it was last year. It's not as fun as it was a year ago. It feels like everything is everything's fucking fake. Hotakes. Does this say Hotakes or does it say hot takes? Pretty sure Washington doesn't use rock salt. No. What are we talking about? I missed it. I missed that in the chat. Sorry. No, it's extremely frustrating how much and maybe it's astroturfed. Maybe people aren't asking for more technology. But when I go into when I go up like towards Seattle, right? Like when I go towards Tacoma, like when I get on I-5, when I get on 512, when I'm getting on more like metropolitan areas, the amount of Teslas that I'm seeing, the amount of new cars that I'm seeing, and that might because of X is just shouting out into the void. That's how it feels sometimes. It feels like I'm just shouting into the void when I'm on Twitter or X. It doesn't feel, a lot of the times it doesn't feel like I'm talking to real people anymore. And that's frustrating, because it used to be a lot of fun. Being on social media, being on Twitter, it used to be a lot of fun. It used to be enjoyable. And it feels like the drama is so astroturfed. And I know I'm using that term probably too loosely, but it feels fake. And is the PNW worth moving to? No, you should fucking leave. Go away. It's full. We're full as fuck. Yeah, Cash for Clunkers. Thanks, Obama. Cash for Clunkers was an absolute fucking scam. Cash for Clunkers was like some absolute bullshit. I will never stop being mad at the government for Cash for Clunkers. It is insane how fucking awful that has been. Like, Cash for Clunkers has been just fucking terrible. And I was able to, and like there still are some opportunities to get older vehicles. I mean, I got my 1988 Suburban, which I love everything about that vehicle, but I was able to find that for $3,500 a year ago, so $3,500. So it's not that there aren't still old vehicles out there. It's just that technology and maybe the people asking for technology, I don't honestly know. I don't know if it's people asking for new tech, or maybe people just refusing to actually repair what they once had, and I'm just gonna upgrade because it's easier. And I see that with military surplus all the fucking time. The fact that I sell this and I have a company, so I do have that experience firsthand of how many people just want to buy more things instead of repairing their old things. And that's why I preach so hard on the sewing kits, and that you don't have to waste money. You don't have to buy new tech. You don't have to buy new things if you just repair your old shit. If you keep your old shit going, you're not going to have to waste as much money consistently. You're not going to have, another car payment. You could just keep your vehicle going if you maintain it. You can keep your gear going if you maintain them. And you know what? When I say learn how to sew, you don't even have to learn how to sew. Like, there's nothing about learning how to sew. It's quite literally just as easy as you go in one side, you go back out the other of the hole, and then you just take all of your string through, and then you go a little bit farther from up, and you just keep continuously, and you make sure it's tight, and it's so easy to sew. It's so unbelievably easy to sew. It's not like an obtained skill. It's just something that you should do. Unmute. What? Oh, okay, that's the screen. No, sewing is not hard. Maintaining a vehicle, maintaining an old vehicle is not hard. Sewing is going to save you so much money. Learning how to maintain your vehicle, learning how to change a tire, learning how to change your oil, learning how to replace your starter, replace your alternator, like do the simple basic maintenance instead of going and buying, a 2025, 2026, buying the latest and greatest. If you just maintain your shit, it will continue working. Thank you, Happy. You fat bitch. Happy, you're fat. And you know what? I love that you support me, but you should go on a fucking run because you're fat. I hope you better be at the next fucking 20 miler, you fat motherfucker. I love you, but you better be at the next fucking 20. Fat bitch. I love you. Okay. Most of vehicle repairs is specialty tools. Yeah, it's specialty tools now. It like the vast majority of based Happy. The vast majority of older maintenance is not specialty stuff. And even if it is, you should have men around you that have skills, that know what they're doing. And this goes back into what you guys hear me preaching about all the damn time, is that you need a family, you need a tribe, you need a community. You should have that one spurg in your group or in your friend group that's in your local vicinity that you're hanging out with all the time, that you're shooting memes with, that you're just bullshitting and shooting the shit. You guys don't have to get along with fucking everything, but you guys should have that one guy in your local vicinity that just knows everything about fucking vehicles, right? And that's Beaver. For me, that's Beaver. So if there's anything with my vehicle that I can't handle, I take that to Beaver, and I have him repair it, and I have him fix it. So, and you know what? If something if I can't figure out something, if I don't know something on a vehicle, guess who I'm fucking messaging? I'm trying to figure out where the fuck I put. Ian, where's the thing to adjust the height on this? Son of a bitch. Leave it to Beaver.
Lower, right side, way lower. Right side.
Ah!
There you go.
Ha-ha! See, and I didn't know how to fucking adjust this stupid seat, so I called Ian because he knows how to. No, and I think that's another thing, that not enough people are willing to admit that they're wrong. Not enough people are willing to admit that they don't know what they're doing and ask for help. If you guys were not aware, Beaver Slayer is the technical guy in my training group that knows everything when it comes to vehicles. He also knows a shit ton when it comes to hunting and trapping. So a lot of the times, if I don't know something, if I don't know how to do something, I'm messaging him. And having specialty guys around you, having friends that know what they're doing, that is going to, in the long run, save you fucking money. Right. And maybe this is unintentional. I didn't mean to have a stream tonight where we're talking about saving money, but yes, Beaver knows how to trap. LOL. The fucking innuendos. Yes, you should have guys that are local to you that know skills that you don't, that know things that you don't, people that you can rely on. Because at the end of the day, it's going to take a tribe to be able to save money and get through as hard of the recession, apocalypse, end of the world, shit hits the fan, whatever you want to call it. Times are going to get harder, and you guys need to get better at saving money. You guys need to get better at figuring out how to be more self-sufficient, how to be more self-reliant. So, like a sewing kit is the most simple starting point. And yes, I realize I am shilling for a product that I sell. However, I am spurging the fuck out and I'm shilling over a product that I sell that's $7. Okay, so like there's plenty of other products that I could be talking about and spurging about, but like everything said and done, a sewing kit is going to allow you to maintain the vast majority of your gear and your clothing. Hell, even when it comes to your vehicle, using a sewing kit, and I've used a sewing kit in my vehicle for my seats, of just trying to keep and get more life out of the seat covers that I already have. A sewing kit is like, I feel like, like I'm spurging too much about such a simple thing, but like you can even use sewing when it comes to, medical. If you get too large of a cut, too large of a gash, you can sew that back together. There's so many ways the sewing kit is just so unbelievably. You got any more flags yet? I was just talking about how I needed to order more flags. I was literally just talking about how I needed to order more flags. Yes, you're right. No, I feel like I'm just like unbelievably spurging about such a simple thing. But yes, you guys need sewing kits. If you don't have a sewing kit, I sell them. They're $7. They're $6.99. Go on my fucking website, buy a sewing kit, and actually fucking use it. Use your sewing kit, because guess what? If you're out in the mountains, if you're out in the hills, if you're out in the desert, if you're training, if you are shooting, if you are actually putting in effort into, anything outdoors, you're going to get cuts. You are going to rip things. Gear is going to rip. Buckles are going to tear off. You're going to have straps that rip off. You're going to have so many things go wrong the harder that you start testing your gear and the harder that you start, doing things. You need a sewing kit. Wow, what a long rant about such a simple thing. But end of the day, yes, I think that a lot of us need to get a lot better at saving money. And it's comical, I guess, and ironical. It is stupid of the guy that's selling things telling you to save money. I realize how counterintuitive that is, that I'm telling you to save money. That being said, did you guys know that we're now selling thermals? Boy, howdy. We actually did just get a new shipment in of thermals. You should go buy some if you think that you're going to need. What was that? Yeah, grab one. Why not? Drink water. Did you know I also sell canteens and canteen cups? This is a canteen cup. Stainless steel canteen cups. Yes, I sell things. Little did you know I sell things. I sell this. I sell this. This is a thing that I sell. Everyone be happy for me and be proud because I sell things. I even brought my rifle that I have this thermal set up on. Did I have that on the wrong side of the stream? I even brought the rifle that I have this set up on, and then I realized that I brought the rifle that I have this set up on, and I can't even put it on stream. Yes, we are actually now selling clip-ons, and I think that that clip-ons are pretty cool. Now, yes, AGM is technically, I guess, the bottom of the bracket when it comes to thermals and night vision, but it's an entry point, and I think it works pretty well so far. What was that? Oh, the clip-ons aren't available right now. We're still making product pages because we suck. Your mom went to college. If your mother went to college, good for you. I hope she taught you something about, tiny hats and tiny hat people. Yeah, no, it's not bad for entry level. Like, it's really not. The Rattler V2, even like this is the 25 256. The 19 256 is the lowest grade one. But like, even the lowest grade and like the medium grade ones, like they're surprisingly good. The thermal market has gotten way better than it has, like a couple of years ago, which I kind of hate. I kind of hate how like much night vision and thermals improved in such a short amount of time. Because if you think about it, like, you know, if any retard with, you know, $1,000 can buy, like, any goober with a credit card can now buy thermal night vision. Any retard with a credit card and nothing to lose now has the capability of thermal. And I kind of think that's fucking terrifying. Like, you know, if you want to be like, if you want to be technical, is the Lethally Poor series over now? No, it's just that Huck is a very busy man, and it's hard getting him out to go to do YouTube things. But it's definitely something that needs to be revamped, and maybe I need to put more effort into it, of bugging Huck to come do things with me. But yeah, no, there's a lot of like terrifyingness when it comes to, and I guess that goes back into technology and me hating technology, and you know, maybe that's sewing supplies or night vision. Sewing supplies, you should definitely get sewing supplies before you get night vision. I cannot begin to express how much I recommend getting sewing supplies before night vision. You guys should be getting a backpack before you get night vision. Get a rucksack before you get night vision. There's so many things that you should get before you get night vision and thermals. That being said, you know, technically speaking, I would also recommend getting night vision before you get thermals. You're not going to be walking around with a thermal to your face. Not only that, the Rattler V2s, the one that I'm specifically selling, this has a you know, automatic a 2.5 magnification. You know, this is a scope. So you are not going to be walking around with a 2.5 magnification. I mean, you could. It's going to fucking suck. But you technically could. I would not recommend it. By no means would I recommend this in any stretch of the imagination. I'm going to take a photo right quick to post on Telegram that I am in fact live. I need to get better about telling people that I'm live. Live now. Woo! We did the thing. I told people that I'm doing what the thing that I'm doing. Woo! Yay. Yeah, 511 pants are by no means bad. I don't think that 511 pants and the 511 tops are bad. In my opinion, I like having the Helicon Tex Blizzard pants and the Blizzard jacket a lot more. I find that to be significant. I've gotten so much more distance, and there's a lot more comfortability, and I would say that, I don't know, the 511 pants, they're not bad, and there's like different brackets, sure, but like they do rip. Once again, buy a sewing kit. Thanks again for your content. Me and 3 other ex-infantrymen did 17 miles in Montana Badlands last week. The youngest was 42. I'm 55. You inspired us. Dude, that's so fucking based. That's so cool. Like, unironically, like, I love hearing feedback like that. Like, not that suck your dick or anything, like, but like, dude, this shit's so fucking cool, right? Like, the fact that like my dumbass was able to inspire dudes in their like ex-infantry dudes in their 40s and 50s to get back out there and get it in again. Like, dude, that's so fucking cool, man. Good for you guys. That's based. Love that shit. And yes, Helicon Tex is, I would say, arguably that's my favorite clothing line. Once again, it's not that 511's bad. I just think that Helicon Tex, in my experience so far, has been better. And the Blizzard line of Helicon Tex has just been fantastic. It really has been fantastic. And what's your favorite pistol? So my everyday carry is the Glock 19. I rotate back and forth between a Gen 4 and a Gen 5. It's kind of just whatever I'm feeling that day. But the 19 and the yes, I know the German Wolves need to come back in stock. The German Wolves need to come back in stock, and I cannot wait for the German Wolves to come back in stock. I already messaged my distributor and told them that they're not selling them to anyone else. They're all mine, and I will throw fucking hands. They're mine. They're all mine. I'll take out a fucking personal credit card to buy all of them. I have to. All those German wool blankets are going to be sold by me, and I'm so excited. I guess this is turning into a Q&A unintentionally, which, yeah, I have no issue answering questions. I like answering questions, actually. And it keeps the stream going. Should I buy an H&K VP9 or a Walther PDP? I'm going to go with the Walther PDP, but I think that's just because the Walther PDP fits better in my hand personally. I also liked the Walther, I believe it was the PDQ, I think it was. I liked that one a lot. Glock 19 base belt kit. I am not the biggest fan of belt kit for like winter months specifically, and as we're getting into the winter months, belt kit just kind of goes away. Belt kit is perfect for, and like belt / smursh kit, that's perfect for like, you know, like day operations. That's perfect for like summer operations when you don't have to have a lot of sustainment on you. But as soon as you have to have like overnight gear, as soon as like it's going to be getting cold, as soon as you want a blanket, belt kit kind of goes out of the fucking window. It depends on, you know, how you're operating. It depends on if you have, you know, sustainment. It depends on if you have vehicle support. It depends on how big of a team that you're running. There's a lot of things that are going to depend on if you run belt kit or you want to run belt kit. But dogs in combat, yeah, I guess it depends on what you're doing. Unfortunately, so many things. And once again, I'm a non-combat LARPer. Okay, I put on and I host training events for, you know, guys that have gotten out of the military and civilians, and I am able to bounce ideas back and forth with a lot of combat guys, with special operations dudes. You know, I have very experienced guys that are in my realm, but I am not one of them. I am just I'm a motivated dreamer that doesn't know how to shut the fuck up and doesn't know how to quit, and now I sell surplus. My dog is training how to track based. Message retracted. Sucks. Oh, I'm gay if I read that. I read it. Fuck. Shit. I love how on Twitter you post literally anything, especially getting people to exercise. Gun Twitter acts like you are some pariah or a monster for doing anything at all, even non-controversial. Yeah, no, it's fascinating how like gun Twitter, you know, it's shown me how many people on social media and how many like content creators aren't actually doing anything. Like the vast majority of like content creators are, you know, like washed up, like bro vets that did something, you know, 40 years ago, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, and now they just don't know how to shut the fuck up about it. And then, you know, also gun Twitter is dudes that have like daddy's money or have like a really, really good paying job. So now they just have a bunch of expensive guns. They have a bunch of expensive toys. And now they go to social media to share and talk about it. So the fact that, you know, they see me doing things and I have controversial opinions, you know, yeah, they're going to be upset about it because, well, I'm taking away, or maybe I don't think that I am, you know. I have some controversial takes. I have some wild opinions, and I love my family and my tribe. I love training. I love fitness. I love shooting guns. I love going out in the mountains and trying out all the equipment that I'm selling. I love trying out new equipment and then going on social media and talking about it. And I think that somehow, or at least, you know, and I could be wrong here, but so far it seems like a lot of people think that maybe I'm taking away some of their notoriety. Some people think that I'm taking away some of their spotlight, or maybe, you know, I'm making it seem like they're less important. I genuinely don't know. All I know is that, you know, you're not cool because you fought for Israel once, you know, 30 years ago. He skipped my comment. Well, you know what? I guess you're going to have to leave a fucking one of those super chats or something like that so I can actually... If you want me to see your comment, you're going to have to leave a super chat. I'm sorry. I'm trying to like... I'm seeing comments in between my spurred rantings, okay? So, you know, if I see your comment, I see your comment. And, you know, I'm doing my best to keep up with the chat. The more that I stream, probably the more people that are going to be in the chat. And, you know, this is probably just going to have to be something that you guys deal with But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I continue getting sub 100 viewers in my streams. Who knows? We'll. Yeah, if Ian continues making the most hilarious technical difficulties, then maybe we we'll continue on this way. Did you fight for the chosen ones? I did not. I did not get the opportunity to fight and die for God's chosen people. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Everyone here is presumed gay until proven based. Thank you for the $2 super chat, Beowulf. See, and I think that's probably going to be a wind up being like a lot of my super chats is just going to be like, really hilarious and wild things like that. But, I guess we'll see. Once again, new to streaming, new to this entire realm. So we'll see where things go and we'll see how it is. The first one to make a move is gay. Gay. Also, on that note, drink water. God, I fucking love water. To the guy that invented water. Good shit. Good shit, God. It doesn't annoy me how the dudes on X that push the rumors about you that have been debunked as well. You know what? Let's be real. It's social media, man. People don't need facts. They don't need truth. They don't need sources. And a lot of people that are probably, pushing silly rumors, they're probably just in it for the meme and they're in it to talk shit. I bet a lot of people don't even fucking care, one way or the other. They just want to talk shit. And that's probably why they're on social media to begin with. So, whatever. Rumors are rumors. I will say, though, some rumors can be fucking fun. Not rumors, but I guess stories. Like the whole chicken thing. Man, that got so out of hand so fucking fast. Thoughts on Modern Warriors in UT? I don't know what that means. No, I did not have a mohawk in high school. I actually had pretty long hair. I was kind of like a sort of emo kid, I guess. What are these rumors? I think the best and most common rumor is probably that I'm a Fed. But, what content creator doesn't have a rumor that they're a Fed? I mean, I swear every single content creator, every YouTuber, everyone in the limelight, they're called a Fed at one point or a fucking another. And, that's just, it's so easy to Fed jack, anyone that's doing anything. It's so fucking easy to do. So it's yeah, okay, I'm a Fed. Yep, sure. All right. Next topic. Have you seen The Order? What? I don't know what that means. How long do 20-mile rucks normally take? So the average 20-mile ruck is, oh man, I'd say probably around anywhere between 10 to 12 hours. But you got to think also, we're stopping pretty often. We're going to have fat people with us. We're stopping to change socks. We got medics. We're stopping to drink water. There's it's not just straight start to finish 20 miles. There's a lot of stopping in between. There's trying to keep up with each other. We got a fallout truck in the very back. We'll there's a lot that goes into a 20-mile ruck. It's less about the time. It's less about how long it takes, and it's more about the entire community trying to stay together, the whole group that's coming out there trying to stay together, keeping motivated and, having a good time. For the most part, I would say that 20-milers, it's less about it's less about trying to be as fast and bravado as possible. Now, there are some rucks where it's just there and back and there's no fallout truck, but for the most part, we try to keep a fallout truck and we try to stay together. Do. 35-miler. Yeah, no, the 35-mile ruck did not have a fallout truck. That was an absolute shit show. and I don't want to do another Fallout truck, or not to Fallout truck. I don't want to do another 35-mile ruck. I don't want to do a 50-mile ruck, at least with that weight and at least where we did it last. You know, we'll see. We'll see where the road takes us. Oh man, I would love to have a belt fed. God, would love to have a belt fed. But yeah, at the end of the day, you know, gun laws are gay. I want a machine gun. And yeah, technology's wild. I feel like it feels like we peaked like before I was even alive, which is a wild take to even have. It's like civilization peaked, you know, like shit. I mean, I'd say technology probably peaked in the 90s, but it feels like civilization peaked, I don't know, what, early 1900s? And especially when you look back on videos and you look back on like everything from the early 1900s.
All downhill from 1913.
Yeah, everything was just downhill from 1913. We fucked up. We fucked up, guys. Yeah, I just want to go back to, you know, like 1980, 1990 and just live there. One rumor is Alex is actually the real-life Joseph Seed, preparing the chosen children of the Most High God before our own government nukes us and blames Gina and the Ruskies. Or is that a rumor? You know what? We should make that a rumor. That's the new thing, guys. That's the new one. I'm actually Joseph Seed. Little did you know. Little did you know I'm actually the heckin' guy from Far Cry 5. Is Risky Krisky still anti-WN? Couldn't tell you. Haven't talked to the guy in a while. Did your latest video get deleted? No. The one where I was talking about Israel? I think that's still up. Yeah, hold on, I gotta check YouTube. I gotta make sure. No, it's still up. Posted 2 days ago. Let's see, 3.6K views and 491 likes. Cool. Instructions unclear. Hit fed with belt going to jail. Oof. Oof. Well, why'd you? Well, yeah, you're getting taken alive? Fucking goober. That is not legal advice. That is not legal advice. Oh, I can separately like super chats? Man, I'm just learning all over the place. Look at us go. We're doing so great. Is the day of rope coming? I feel like the day of pillow is going to be long before the day of rope, if anyone understands that reference. Ian got the reference. No, in all honesty, and okay, so I'm going to say this, all right, and I'm not fed posting. I'm not going to be the one doing it. I'm not advocating for it. All I'm saying is that I think that society as a whole would benefit if the power went out globally for 2 months. And that's all I'm saying. All right, the last super chat. How do find the right rucksack without buying 10? That is a fantastic question. Now, for me, I would say it depends on how much weight you are trying to carry. If you are trying to carry sub 30 pounds, I would say that and I know that I sell it, right? I'm very aware that I sell it. And even if you went somewhere else, even if you didn't buy it from me, I would say that the Philby Assault Pack, the Marine issue Philby Assault Pack, is the best pack that I have used to date for sub 30 pounds. Now, if you're trying to go over 30 pounds, the Molly 2 is also a great entry point specifically for training, for rucking and getting better at rucking. I would say the Molly 2 is a great entry point. After that, I'm going to say Eberly stock is probably, in my personal experience, the best military-esque backpack that you can add, Molly equipment to. Now, that's going to be your lower price bracket, and there's countless other rucks on the market. No, I do not sell Eberly stock. I actually reached out to Everly Stock once upon a time and tried to get M81 packs made from them, and they quoted me at like, it was like 150 grand, and I had to buy like this. They needed me to buy X amount of packs in that camouflage before they would make them at all, and I'm just like, well, fuck. A lot of people use the Alice rucksack. A lot of people still recommend the Alice rucksack. I personally don't like the Alice. I do sell the Alice. I also sell the medium ruck. The medium rucks are more recommended and are better off for if you're wearing a plate carrier with it. I do not like rucking with plate carrier. I think rucking with plate carrier sucks ass. God, I fucking hate rucking with a plate carrier. I just hate wearing a plate carrier in general. I loathe plate carriers. Not that I've ever been shot. Well, no, I have accidentally been shot twice, but I've never been shot in combat. So, and I know that matters. Wait, no, I've been shot 3 times. Technically doesn't count though, because it's not in combat. Anyway, hey, that matters to people. Okay. Anyway, fuck rucks. Okay. There's significantly other rucksacks on the. There's significantly more rucksacks on the market. Unfortunately, I haven't tried everything known to man. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been kind of using what works for years now. Since I got out of the military, so let's see, back in 2016, I've been rocking the Everly Stock half track. And I rocked that until I got a Molly 2. And then I've been rocking the Molly 2 for fucking years. I've tried some of the Vertex bags. I was not very impressed, but that's shooter's preference. Okay. Happy sent another super chat. 21-minute ruck or 3-minute snowshoe, equally as hard or fat me. No, I'm going to say that snowshoeing is astronomically harder than rucking. Snowshoeing is arguably, and I don't know if there are any fitness gurus in here, but I would say of everything that I've ever done physically, I would say that snowshoeing is the most physically challenging and physically difficult thing that you can possibly do, like fitness-wise. Snowshoeing is fucking brutal, man. Let's see. Yeah, the marine rucks are not bad either. The Philby rucks are something that I would really like to try out. Something I would also like to really try out is the Type 83 South African rucksack. I really want to try out that. I've been in love with the Type 83 chest rig, and that is actually my go-to chest rig is the Type 83 South African chest rig. It's perfect. Everything is exactly where it needs to be. I can hold 10 magazines on me very easily. I can hold 10 magazines and a compass, and then on the backside, I have the internal flap that I can have all of my land navigation gear, and it's everything. I'm not fucking around with Molly. I'm not fucking around with extra pouches or like, oh, I don't like this pouch here. I don't like this pouch here. Just the Type 83, and I don't sell this. The Type 83 South African chest rig is just fucking perfect. I love it so much. And then a lot of the times I've just stopped running a chest rig the majority of the time. Like I'm running a chest rig so much less because of the way that I built out my Philby assault pack, that I now have like this kind of like mix between like a belt kit and an assault pack all in one. And I took the medium kidney belt from the Everly Stock packs, and I wove that in, and I had to cut, and I sewed up some things from my Philby that now I have like a lot more support, and it's so fucking comfortable. I'm also rucking on average about 60 pounds in my Philby assault pack. I do not recommend doing that with the regular Philby assault pack. You're going to break your back. Thoughts on feds? They exist. They're a thing. I don't know what I would answer with that. Is the audio out? No. I hope not. Mag pouches on a backpack straps save room. No. I don't. It depends. It really depends. No. So overall, though, I would say like the biggest thing that you guys need to start doing is that you guys need to start at least getting a rucksack, buying some sort of pack. I don't care if it's a JanSport backpack. Go the fuck outside with a backpack once a week and start rucking. TFB TV, not a Fed. Based. I would also like everyone to know, if you guys weren't tracking this, that every single veteran is a prior federal employee. And some of those employees that are currently in the government aren't even getting paid right now, so they're unpaid feds. And with that note, drink water. How many pounds in the pack, PNW? What does that mean? In what pack? In what pack? Whose pack? Which one? Which time? I'm alternating weight and distance regularly. I'm constantly alternating weight and distance. If I'm doing more distance, I'm doing less weight. If I'm doing faster pace, then I'm doing less weight. If I'm doing, a very short ruck, like sometimes we'll do 2-mile rucks and we'll ruck in a singular mile and we'll do card PT. So we'll go through an entire deck of cards and each suit is a different exercise. And then for that 2-mile ruck, we'll do 100 pounds. And, not a lot of people have ever rucked 100 pounds in their life. And I can tell you that if you're rucking 100 pounds, you're going to want a very, very sturdy pack. And you're not going to want to go very much distance. Not only that, you're going to want to work up your leg strength, and your shoulders are actually significantly more important than you would think when it comes to rucking. Not enough people realize this. Not enough people talk about this. I actually, to my knowledge, I've never really heard anyone talk about how important rucking and shoulder strength is. That like you need it, like the more boulders that you have for shoulders, the easier rucking is going to be because your shoulders are going to be able to sustain that, and it's going to be significantly more comfortable, that ruck sitting on your shoulders. Is America destroying itself? I mean, the American government is destroying America. I don't know if America is destroying itself. I mean, we're definitely not. We're eating into the propaganda, that's for fucking sure. I mean, like, oh, okay. The American government that's being controlled by another government is destroying America. Thank you, Ian. Yeah. So, how much weight is my like a bug out bag? Yeah. If you're bugging out with too much weight, you're not gonna be going very fast. That's for damn sure. Also, the whole concept of like a bug out bag is fucking stupid. Why do you have a bug out bag? Like you should have a get home bag. And I know that's being very specific. I know that like I'm being very, very like hyper autistic when I'm saying like, you should have a get home bag versus a bug out bag. But a get home bag is going to be significantly more important, in my opinion, than a bug out bag. Because your get home bag, right? I mean, how often are you guys leaving your house? How often are you guys getting into a vehicle and going 10, 20, 30 miles away from your house? It's probably every fucking day, isn't it? It's probably every single day that, or at least 5 days a week, you guys are going from your home and you're leaving your home. And how much supplies do you have with you? I just did a YouTube video on this of like everything that I have in my bug out bag, or get home bag. See, I just fucked it up. Way to go, guys. Way to go. I just screwed it up again. Anyway, if you guys want to go watch that video, I have links of everything that I keep in my get home bag, whether it's on my website or an affiliate link or, somewhere that I don't even sell it and I can't profit at all. I'm just letting you guys know, and I'm trying to do this like whole knowledge transfer. I'm trying to get better at the knowledge transfer. That's why we're here. So if you guys want to go watch that video, highly recommend that. If you guys want to buy military surplus, holy shit, I sell heckin' military surplus. You should support me either with I don't know how much, like what percent of the super chats I actually wind up getting. I've been told that it's not like the best, but whatever. Also drink water. Uh, Drinking water is so much easier if you're talking consistently into this fucking microphone. So that's another thing. When it comes to like your get home bag and having a bunch of food in there, I would say that like the majority of the time, having a ton of food in a get home bag is not the most important thing. I would say that you really shouldn't have too much food in your get home bag. What you're gonna need is snacks, carbs, sugar. You're gonna want rehydration salts. You're going to want probably more water filters. But like as far as like food, as far as meals go, you know, not as important. If you guys are trying to like beat feet, if the power goes out, if your cell phone goes out, you have no way to communicate with your family, you have no way to communicate with your loved ones, you got to think about it. Like, what kind of headspace are you going to be in? If you are, you know, 20, 30, 40 miles away from home and you lose communication with your loved ones, you know, how frantically are you going to be wanting to get home? And you also have to think about how frantically is everyone else going to be trying to get home? So there's more than likely going to be gridlock when it comes to vehicles, depending on where you live. So yeah, you're probably going to wind up beating feet. And if you don't keep a bicycle in your vehicle, if you don't keep a skateboard or a longboard, myself, I keep a electric longboard in my vehicle. If you don't have something like that, you're going to wind up walking distance. And even with my longboard, I understand that my longboard's probably not going to get me all the way home. No, correction. My longboard's not going to get me all the way home. At least electric battery isn't going to get me all the way home. And I acknowledge that. But I'm training regularly with my get home bag, and I know how to ruck. I know how to move with my get home bag. I know alternative routes to get me from my warehouse back to my house. And that's something you guys need to be thinking about. And if you guys have never done that before, if you guys have never trained that before, you know, maybe consider like on a Friday, on the last day of your work week of, okay, I'm going to walk home from work. And yes, it's going to suck. And yes, I acknowledge that it's going to take me some time. But I would recommend at least once walking from wherever you work to your house, or walking from wherever you work to a friend's house. Walking from wherever you work, you know, once again, the last day of the week, maybe you have, you know, the weekend off and you're chilling for the week, but you guys should be preparing and planning some way with this. And then also thinking about alternative routes. Also thinking about, okay, what if this bridge goes down in between me and home? How many bridges do you guys have in between where you work currently and your home? I bet a lot of people have more obstacles than they think about between where they work and their place of residence. And then how much supplies are you going to realistically need to get you from point A to point B? And yes, thank you, Fox News Channel. You guys should be doing a dry run. You guys should be planning and preparing to get you from point A to point B. This is another great topic right here of thinking about kids, right? Thinking about, do you guys have children? If you guys do have children, you know, and you're out and about with your kids on the weekend, do you guys have the supplies? Do you guys have everything that you need to get, you know, you, your wife, and your kids from wherever the fuck you are back to home? You know, do you guys have spare diapers? Do you have a blanket for the kids? Do you have, you know, a poncho or a tarp for the kids? Do you have, you know, foods and snacks, spare diapers, wipes, all that type of bullshit every single fucking time you leave the house? And I know that a lot of men are gonna be like, oh, well, you know, my wife is my wife's rushing me to get out of the house, and, you know, oh, I didn't bring XYZ, oh, I didn't bring this, and oh, might not have to bring this, so I might have to bring that. No, if you are the man, right? If you are the man of the house, that is your fucking job. That is your job as the protector and the provider of that household, that every single time that you guys leave the house, that you have everything that your wife and children need in that vehicle to get you back home. That is the most important thing that you guys can possibly think about on the day-to-day wherever you are, whatever you're doing, is that you need to be able to get you and your loved ones from wherever the fuck you are back home. Home is where your supplies are. Home is where you have these nice 4 walls and a roof. And even if the power does go out, that is going to protect you significantly more than being outside. You know, these 4 walls and this roof, this is protecting you from the elements. This is where you are most safe. This is where you are going to be able to survive the longest. This is where you should have the vast majority of your preps and your supplies, your blankets, maybe your entertainment for the children, you know, where you should have board games, where you should have non-electronic entertainment. This is home base, all right? Now, I'm at my warehouse, but this is, in all intents and purposes, this is my second home base. All right, I have supplies here. I have food here. I have, you know, everything that I would need to keep myself alive. If, you know, technically speaking, I probably have more supplies in this fucking warehouse than I do at my fucking house. So, bringing this all together, you know, you guys, every time that you leave the house, you guys should be able to have all the supplies to get you back home, and you should be thinking about how to get you back home. I unfollowed all the political accounts I followed, and I'm self-indoctrinating me and my algo for farming and hunting. Based. Yeah, I just have like an alternate account that has like only follows nature accounts, and I'll hop over there every now and then. I need a fucking timeline cleanse. All right, Newbie Actual just sent $5. Thanks, Hoss. Sympathy for the inner city dwellers who aren't hood but are too poor to move isn't wrong. I would absolutely agree, and this is why I'm going to tell you that in this case and point, you should have a backup location. You should have a location that you have supplies and you have arms. You have men that also know to rally there, realistically speaking. But if the power goes out, if shit hits the fan, you know, maybe the first thing that you're planning on doing is getting the fuck out of the city and going to a family's home, going to one of your friends' homes, and you already have supplies and things like that there. You know, I have supplies that my friends have kept at my house in case they need to come to my house. And I have like totes that I have set aside back in one of my back sheds. And it's just like, all right, this is Huck's, you know, spare tote of food and supplies and yada, yada, yada. If he needs to, you know, get the fuck out of Dodge for whatever reason, I have all of this set aside for a Huck and his family and his kin and whatnot. So if you guys are a city dweller, if you guys are stuck, you know, uncomfortably, you know, to near undesirables. I'm trying to clean up my language a little bit for YouTube and all the other places that we're now starting to stream. But if you guys do have Huck supplies or those plastic bananas from last stream, unironically, and if you guys don't follow too much on my my prepping videos, maybe I need to get more into prepping videos. Maybe I need to devolve further into prepping. But we were me and a couple of the guys at the house. We had like a Saturday that we had nothing going on. So we went into town and we were just getting a bunch of spare supplies, and we spent like a couple of grand just getting like more food and propane and water and filters, and we had like a whole shopping list. And then we laid everything else everything that we had out on in all these buckets, and we were laying out, and we were just making sure that every single prepping bucket had like all these different supplies, and we were making sure that like, okay, this prep, like each prepping bucket had to have like the same amount of stuff in it. So each prepping bucket got it was like like 2 pairs of socks, and then like a thing of gum, and then each one had a couple cans of Spam, and each one had, you know, like a box of ammo, or no, it was a box of 9mm and a box of 5.56, and like we're just and the plan with all these buckets is that, you know, if you need to like leave Dodge really fast, or you know, you're just like cracking into a bucket, each one has like a little bit of extra supplies. So if we needed to leave the house, you know, we could just throw buckets in back of a truck or in the back of the Suburban. Me and Huck have also done caches, and maybe we need to get more into the bucket caches and prepping. And Huck and I actually we went out and we dug up one of the bucket caches not too long ago, and we were eating out of that for one of our recent events. But yeah, no. And if you guys aren't doing caches now, the legalities of where you're digging your caches, make sure that you're probably putting that on private land. But caches and bucket caches are very, very important. Do you invest in a lot of radio stuff? Actually, that is a video that we're planning on putting together, and myself and my comms guy in my training group are actually in the middle of a project right now of trying to build our own repeaters and trying to get everything set up of a repeater. Or we're trying to set up repeaters on mountaintops near us that are connected to solar panels. Unfortunately, it is snowing significantly earlier in Washington State than we had planned, but that's still an adventure that I'm going down. I do plan on getting into the repeater content and talking about that. So it's actually it's Mesh-tastic run through repeaters. So we would be able to, through Android devices, if the power were to go out, we would actually still be able to text each other. And that is the current plan, and we've been putting a lot into that, but you guys are going to have to wait into me getting into that. Yes, we are dabbling in Mesh-tastic, and we're getting into all that. S2 Underground is going to be a significantly better resource for all of that. I am just some dumb retard that's trying things out, and sometimes I'm not the absolute best about talking them about online and whatnot. And now that we're doing streams, this gives me a better opportunity to talk about more of the things that I'm doing. Yeah, S2 Underground is absolutely incredible. Actually. Another thing when it comes to offline maps is that you guys should be printing your own maps. I go through CalTopo, highly recommend CalTopo, and starting to build out your own maps. We have all of our maps locally. I have everything actually in my Get Home bag. I have all of the maps necessary to get me from my house out to Morton. If you guys don't know that, that's actually a 2-3 hour drive. So I have a decent amount of maps, and also knowing how to read maps is very important. I don't know how an S2 collab would even work, especially with his content. I don't know how that's even feasible or plausible, but yes. Also, I have done a couple of land navigation videos. If you guys want to learn how to do land navigation, scroll down on the channel. I have made, I believe, 2 land nav videos now on how to do land nav. And, maybe I need to do another updated land nav video. Podcast style interview, probably. No, I would be down to talk to S2. We're mutuals. We've talked before. Love what he's doing. He loves what we're doing. So that wouldn't be a bad idea. Compasses are based. Absolutely. I do sell cheaper compasses. I'm trying to get the Kamanga compass, trying to get that in stock. Ian, did we ever get an update on those, by the way?
Kamangas?
Yeah.
Not that I'm aware of.
Because I know that we were looking at buying a bulk order, and they had a minimum order price, and that we were trying to get on that.
That's through Sport South, isn't it?
I believe it was through Sport South.
Okay.
I would like to get that going sooner than later, but yeah. Anyway, we are getting compasses in the near future. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I completely went on a separate tangent. Yeah. So we cracked one of Huck's prepping buckets, a Huck bucket, and I shit you not. And if you guys haven't watched the channel very much and you don't know who Huck is, he's just like the silliest of motherfuckers, but he's one of those guys that trains so hard, and he's so about it that you can't really hate him too much. But we cracked one of his prepping buckets, and it was nothing but cheap vodka and candy, and that is all that he had in his prepping bucket.
Tag, you have a hangover.
Yeah, tag, you have a hangover. We actually have one of Huck's. He brought a prepping tote to the warehouse just in case Huck ever winds up at the warehouse. And we have one of his prepping buckets here, and pretty much the only thing in it is I think there's like pancake mix, a jar of pickles, 2 bottles of vodka, candy. There was like a bunch of Rice Krispie treats. And then, oh man, what else did he have? I almost want to go grab that right now and go through it, because it's like the most Huck. It's like the most traditionally Huck thing ever. If you guys didn't see my last week's stream with Huck, he's just a silly guy. Huck is just a silly guy, man, and I absolutely love it. Yeah, actually, no, I don't think he had jerky in there. I'd be surprised if. Yeah, why would he have jerky when he could just... Why would Huck have jerky when he could just have more candy? Hi, Rowdy. Man knows what he needs and knows what he doesn't. Yeah, no, I love the pancake mix, right? It's just like, out of all the prepping things that you could possibly put in a prepping bucket, you're just like, pancake mix. You know what? I'm gonna grab it right now, because I feel like you know what, Ian, could you pull that over here? It's so traditionally Huck, man. Yeah, it's that. I think it's that one. It's not. It's the one. Yeah, it's heavy as fuck though.
I know it is. Moved it.
You didn't move that one. I moved that one. Well, okay, we've probably both moved it plenty of times. Is it the Huck one? Yeah. Huck is good vibes. Huck good monkey. I don't know how he's going to make pancakes, and I don't think Huck cares how he's going to make pancakes. He's just going to figure it the fuck out, all right? He doesn't have to know. He's just going to do it. All right, guys. Now, for unintentional purposes, for no reason whatsoever, we're now going through the Huck bucket. Oh, wow. There's way more energy drinks in here than I remember. There's so many energy drinks in here. Okay, so we have a bunch of NOS and Red Bulls. There's so many Ross. There's so much NOS and Red Bulls in here. This is so Huck. This is all so Huck. Let's see. Oh, yep. Thing of lime juice. Good to have. Good to have. Okay, they're asking for the pancake mix. They want the pancake mix.
I gotta get to it.
We got 2 bottles of virgin olive oil. Not for long, am I right, guys? We got a thing of sweet Baby Ray's, a whole jar of pickles, because got a single Rice Krispie treat, a mini deck of cards, popcorn, some more virgin olive oil, not for long, some absolutely disgusting, cheap, hangover Deep Eddies. God. And, as everyone wanted, the pancake mix.
That's not the funnier part.
Oh my goodness. What is he going to do with this? Like, what's the thought process here? A whole thing of apple cider vinegar, because, Huck. A bag of brown rice. Mike's over here. Another. And then everything else is like stuff for like spaghetti and soup. Is that a 3-pound bag of mix? Yes, it is. Yes, that is a 3-pound bag of mix. Yeah, and everything else is just like stuff for like, I don't know, like he thought he was gonna make spaghetti, I guess. There's a fuck ton of just tomato sauce in here. Like everything else is just tomato sauce. There's so much tomato sauce.
The sauce, the spaghetti,
and diced tomatoes. Oh, there's a thing of hot chocolate too. Yeah, like I said, dude, Huck prepping makes no fucking sense. It's just a can of beans, a fucking can of beans, and this is the prepping tote that Huck left at the warehouse. He's got a questionable amount of lube. like, hey Huck, what's with all the lube and alcohol? I think we know what Huck's plan is. Huck's just like, oh boy, I'm having a good time this apocalypse. The pickles, man. Okay, so the pickles, the lube, and the alcohol, and the barbecue sauce. You know, I have questions. So much fucking oil. You know, morale boosters. There it is.
You know what? I'll cut the coconut oil.
Huck is warlord material.
God damn it.
He has all the stuff you guys don't. Yeah, no. All we have here is just fucking 2 pallets of MREs. That's all we got. Drink water. Did he think the vinegar was apple cider? I think that he thought the vinegar was just apple cider. And that's just like, you know. Yeah, he's like, well, this ain't apple cider. Well, this still takes swigs 3 shots of olive oil.
That's his concubine captain.
No. So the olive oil, right? That's to lube up his insides for all the MREs he knows he's gonna be eating. He's just trying to fast track it. Oh my goodness, that's too fucking funny. Should we go to an ad? Let's do it. Let's do an ad.
We're gonna test run an ad.
All right, guys, we're gonna test run an ad. We're gonna see how this works.
Can I get a real shovel?
No, start roll out.
Hey, dog, you got a spoon or something I can borrow?
No, I'll have the shovel.
Yeah, that'll work.
My leg! Did that work?
Yeah, it worked.
Oh man, look at us. We did a heckin' advertisement, guys. We did the thing. Brought to you by ODGG Supply.
Everyone's like, God, my ears.
God, my ears. We did an ad. I'm so proud of me and Ian and us. All right, guys, go buy a shovel, go buy some sporks, and drink water, and also canteen cups. The bang was deafening. All right, maybe next time we'll have to take out the bang.
Yeah, I'll just replace it with my leg.
My leg. Brought to you by Huck. Dip the balls in the oil. That's fucking.
To be fair, Huck had long hair at the time he made that. That's why the coconut oil was in there.
I mean, Huck has long hair like every couple of months. The dude's vitamin E maxing. It's insane how fast Huck can grow out a beard. Is VFTV based? Are you based? Am I based? Everyone's based is someone's cringe. What was that quote? It was something like that.
Who's Don Draper?
That's the guy. You didn't know? That's literally the guy. Anyway, back to what I was saying. You know what? No, not even what I was saying. Hey, drama on Twitter is wild, and I think. What do you guys think about this whole thing with everybody freaking out that now you're gonna have to have what country you're in attached to your account? What do you guys think about that? Because I think that's fascinating, and a lot of people were saying like, oh yeah, well this is good that it's gonna own the Indians, but it's also bad because now it's going to make it so if you slip up on your VPN, that people that are like trying to be anonymous are now going to be easier to track, and that like when it comes to free speech, that if it's tracking which country you're in, and that if you're trying to be anonymous, it's going to be like way easier to track you down.
How do you feel if it was only posted or would tell you if it was posted from a federal building or base?
I don't know. Like I can see both sides of it. I can see, and like that's another thing that like, oh yeah, actually, Tier None just said it. VPNs have been like completely compromised anyway. I mean, isn't it like 90% of VPNs are already owned by Israeli companies? So I mean, like, you know, are VPNs even saving you to begin with? I don't know. I do not know yet what to think about, you know, on social media showing that what country you're in. Because, you know, it's like, I'm in America, so that's not something that I think about. It's not something that I worry about, that, you know, oh no, they're going to know, everyone's going to know that I'm in Washington State. Oh darn. My VPN has a VPN. From a national standpoint, yeah, absolutely needed. I don't know, man. So, like, that's the thing that I'm thinking about, right? Is that, like, if the government's pushing for it, if social media is pushing for it, if, like, you know, if the big wigs are pushing for it, it's probably bad, right? Like technically speaking, there's got to be like an ulterior motive, right? Like if they want to do it, for some reason it has to be bad. But I'm trying to figure out like what angle or why it would be bad, because I don't know yet. It's just like, if the government wants it to happen, well, it's probably not good, right? Or maybe I'm just now like, I'm now on that level of schizo. I'm now on that level of conspiracy theorist where I can't believe anything. Hey, Ian, can you move the light like right there so it's not reflecting my glasses? I think that might look... Yeah, gotta get my good side. Also, can you shut that door, I think? Like, hold on. We're dialing this in, boys. We're dialing it in. Maybe it'll be better. I'm gonna have to wait. A second. You know what? Yeah, that's already better. That's already better. I like it. Not me speaking under my real government name. Don't use me by my dead name. Speaking as an IT guy, there's no encryption that the government allows people to have that they don't have the keys to break. Yeah, isn't that why they got rid of the BlackBerry? Is because it was like too fucking secure, and they had to get rid of the BlackBerry because it was so, like, the government didn't have backdoor access, so they had to get rid of that cell phone. You could correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that was the reason that phone got taken out. Fucking nixed. Yeah, shut it down. Shut it down. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm trying to look at this as pragmatic as possible. LOL backdoor access. Got him. Yeah, you could look that up about the black. Actually, Ian, can you look that up right quick? I believe the reason that they got rid of the BlackBerries was because they were too secure, and there was like, are we sharing the same screen again? Yeah. Damn. Why are we sharing the same screen? It's never been so over. It has never been this over, guys.
They can't see it.
There's no back door, only the front door. No, it's not that they can see it. It's just now that, like, this is like unbelievably bright. Who remembers that one time Liberty safes compiled with FBI willingly gave them backdoor access into Americans' gun safes? Did they eventually wind up going under? What happened to that company? I've heard nothing. Ian, it doesn't matter. We'll figure this out later. Okay. It's just don't fuck up the stream.
I'm not gonna fuck up the stream.
Don't fuck up the stream.
I'm not fucking up the stream.
Yeah, whatever happened to Liberty gun safes? I remember, like, there was that huge freak out, and
They gave the FBI all.
Yeah, no, I know they gave the FBI everything, but, like, whatever happened to them? Like, does that company even still fucking exist? Not that I care. Well, okay. You know what? Oh, but you do care because you're talking about it. Now, on next fuck bin, ODGG bought out Liberty safes and will now be fucking them for the lulz. Liberty gun safes. Is there a way to, like, check their stocks?
They're probably not public.
Oh, man. They're selling their gun safes on Home Depot even.
Yeah, I don't think they're public. They're probably owned by somebody.
They sell their gun safes at Tractor Supply? Okay, so they've got, like, contracts with fucking everybody then. They probably didn't go under. They're probably doing just fine if they're being sold in that many different fucking places. They're probably doing just fine.
You retards bought them anyways.
You think that they have gun safes? The average American probably doesn't have a fucking gun safe. Let's be real. They should, though. They should have a gun safe.
And not because the government tells you to.
You used your gun safe in Ukraine? What? Or am I reading that wrong? You know what? I'm going to believe that this guy brought his gun safe to Ukraine. That's...
Paid the freight and everything?
Yep, paid the freight and everything. It's like, hey, man, when I'm in a war zone, I got to make sure that my my guns are secured. Did anyone see that Brandon Herrera ended a video the other day with Ape Together Strong?
Aww.
Yeah, but you gotta like remember though that like ODGD buys T-Rex. Oof. Names it OD Rex. That'd be fucking hilarious. No, you gotta remember though, like with Brandon Herrera, is that you know, like and people saying Ape Together Strong, like any YouTuber saying apes together strong, ape together strong, like this is from a fucking movie, my guys. Like you know this is from Planet of the Apes. Like other people also say ape together strong. Like it's not like I'm not clever. I didn't make this up. I didn't like think that like I made the logo. I did that part. But like the ape together strong, it's just like it's just like a saying, right? Yeah, it's like saying Wolverines, right? Like if I made my company's logo like Wolverines, and then like some huge YouTuber is like Wolverines, I'm not gonna be like, hey, he's talking about me. Like, no, dude, it's clearly about the fucking movie. Yeah, if somebody said Rifle and Mountain, maybe, but like, you know, if you have like just like normal slogans, if you have just like run-of-the-mill sayings, you know, it's not going to be it's not going to be like, you know, that big of a thing. That being said, I did see Brandon Herrera not very long ago, and like, you know, he still remembers who I am, so we got that going for us. Drink water. No, Brandon Herrera is good people, and hopefully, you know, this time Tony Gonzalez doesn't get as much money from APAC because, to my knowledge, Brandon Herrera is not taking APAC money. So, based Brandon Herrera. Are there any nice caves in the PNW? Have you never heard of the ape caves? Like, I realized that I was just talking about Ape Together Strong and like the slogan not actually meaning anything. But yes, our most popular caves in the Pacific Northwest are called the Ape Caves. I'm not even kidding. You know what, Ian? That would probably be like the easiest YouTube video ever is if we just bought like an ape suit and went to the ape caves. Like that would be such an easy YouTube. Like that's just easy money right there. Ape goes to the ape caves. I'd click on it. I'd watch that video. I'm going to make the video. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to upload it, and then I'm going to watch it. I think it'd be a good watch. I think it'd be a good time. You should do it. You know what? You know what, chat? I think I'm going to do it. I think it'd be a good time. Yeah, no, there are absolutely caves in the Pacific Northwest. I'd say probably the majority of caves, or the majority of caves that you guys would see in the Pacific Northwest are actually going to be old mines and old mine shafts. And I've actually, oh man, I should ask my guys about that again. This is not sponsored by North Idaho Tallow, but I am unironically using North Idaho Tallow. And you guys should go buy their products because I think having things made with beef tallow is probably just the coolest thing ever. And I'm trying to be a lot more healthy. And, you know, use things that are actually made from, you know, not fucking Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, factory lab made everything. And supporting local is cool. And, Yeah, no. Tallow is based, and I've been trying to support local more. You won't do it, no balls. You won't go to a cave. Nuh-uh, I don't believe you. Tallow is based. Big Pharma is BS. If that ain't the truth. Yeah, North Idaho Tallow, not sponsored at all. I just made a decent order from them, and I've been washing my balls and my asshole with their soap, and it's delightful. Can't recommend enough. It's just good fucking soap. Just fantastic soap. If I get the opportunity to resell for them, I totally fucking will. North Tallow, sponsor me. No balls you won't. That's how you get sponsorships, right?
No balls you want.
No balls you won't. Is that how you get sponsorships? I don't know how to get sponsorships. How do you get money? I don't know who gives money? How does money? I don't know how to money. I mean, clearly I said this in the last stream. Clearly I know how to money because like here I am like, hey, look at this thing that I sell. You just look at it. You just look at it. That's an ad right there. I just did an ad. You're welcome. Juice gives the monies. No, you silly goofy. You use money to buy juice with. You fucking idiot. This guy doesn't know how buying things works. You don't use the juice boxes to get money. You use money to get the juice boxes. Fucking dumbass. You could literally bag dirt off your property and sell it. Oh, God. Don't give me ideas. Don't give me ideas. I'll do it. Is this like the guerrilla warfare equivalent of like bathwater? Of like now that I'm selling sandbags, I have to start selling like pre-filled sandbags. Dude, imagine the shipping. Ian, if we sell pre-filled sandbags, you know people will buy it.
What do you want to charge for shipping?
The shipping's going to be fucking outrageous, but you know people are dumb enough to fucking buy it.
You get one pre-filled sandbag, limit 2 per customer.
Limit 2 per customer? No, fuck that. If it fits, it ships. Hey, actually, no. You know what we could do? We could do flat rate. We could do USPS, the large flat rate boxes, and just put a full sandbag in a flat rate box. Because that's $15. We totally could. We totally could.
They already hate us during fuck bin.
I don't care that the USPS lady already hates me. She can hate me more. It's not my fucking problem. Ooh, E-Tool sandbag bundle, pre-filled sandbags. If you buy a pre-filled sandbag, you get an E-Tool free.
You know what this idea sounds a lot like?
What does this idea sound like, Ian?
It sounds a lot like Ian's gonna be filling fucking sandbags.
No, I'm not gonna make you fill the sandbags. We'll stream us filling the sandbags. We go to a mountaintop, all right? We bring the hand cart, and we stream us filling sandbags that idiots bought on the internet. I'm not going to steal pre-filled sandbags. That takes the fucking fun out of it. Also, I'm white. I don't steal things. You got a Haji to fill the sandbag? Oh, crap. I don't know if I can say that. Can I say that?
You did?
Is that a slur?
I don't know.
I don't even know anymore.
Isn't Haji like the kid's name from Johnny Test?
Haji was the kid's name from that TV show.
Quest, my bad.
Johnny Quest. No, I think pre-filled sandbags would go hard. I don't want money, just cred for idea. Tier None thought up the idea, everyone. It was Tier None. And, you know.
Tier 1, you're going to get your address doxed at the post office.
Tier None's going to get his address doxed by USPS. They're just like, kill that man. An E-Tool with 50 sandbags as a combo, pre-packaged fighting position. Some assembly required. Dude. Actually, you know what, Ian? Yeah, we should do. Oh, hey, we got that open event coming up.
Yeah.
Hey guys, so we're actually doing a open hole digging event. We're going to be we're going to be bushcrafting slash digging a fighting position slash like hobbit hole. November 1st and 2nd. So if you guys are in Washington State, if you guys are, or hell, if you want to fly out, if you want to come to my area, November 1st and 2nd, if you guys want to buy some sandbags and come out and film with us, no bullshit, we're going to be building a hobbit house. And we're actually going to be, one of the main goals as well, we're going to be setting this up near a stream. And we've already built a hole out there before. And so we learned quite a bit from what we did last time. So this time we're going to go out there. So open event, anybody can come out. And our plan for this one is that we have a guy that comes out with us and trains with us pretty regularly. And he makes all of his own dough. And so our plan for this is to make our own hearth. And so we're going to build this little hobbit house with a hearth, and we're going to make bread at night. So we're going to have hobbit hole, don't let it collapse on your head. No, like no bullshit. We've tried this out a couple of times. We've kind of like figured it out of how we fucked up. Well, not necessarily fucked up. Like we could have done better before, so we've kind of perfected this. But if you guys want to come out, once again, November 1st and 2nd, so it's gonna be the day after Halloween. Yeah, I'll post it on Telegram, and I'll post it on Twitter as well. Sorry, X. But yeah, if you guys want to come out and dig a hole, make a hobbit house with us, by all means, open invite. Anybody can come out. Oh yeah, also the Lord of the Rings ruck is November 15th. So if you guys want to, technically, it's going to be the night of the 14th going into the 15th. So November is going to be kind of stacked when it comes to open events. I don't know why open events just wound up being in November, but, here we fucking are. What was that? Yeah, the wettest month of the year. Well, I mean, I'd rather be wet than getting fucking snowed on. But anyway, yeah, so the Lord of the Rings ruck is going to be November 15th, 14th, 15th. So if you guys want to come out at that, open invite. It's going to be a 20-mile Lord of the Rings themed ruck. So it'll be, swords, axes, bows, capes, all that jazz. We're going to have a good time. No, as I've already been asked multiple times, no, you guys do not have to pick a character. We're not having characters assigned. And also, the hobbits do not have to be barefoot. I realize that I shouldn't... I realize I shouldn't have to say that, but here I am fucking saying it.
People are gonna show up with no boots.
Yeah, I'm not doing that fucking ruck in no boots. Fuck that, dude. 20 miles, no boots. Like no thanks. No pipes, just ripping Marlboro Reds. No, dude, only pipes. Only pipes. But yeah, so once again, November 1st and the 2nd, I'll post that in my Telegram, and I'll post that on Twitter. And if you guys aren't following my Telegram, if you guys aren't following my Twitter, if you guys aren't following my backup Twitter and my company Twitter, you're fucking wrong. Fix yourself. Everyone would fight the dwarf. Post more details. Happy, I just said that I was going to do that, my guy. I was just, yeah, I know VMMM was trying to plan something on the 1st, but you know what? I made my plans first, so sucks to suck, nerd. And it's like the only weekend in like the next month that we can do an open event. How many Twitters does this man have? 3. I have 3. I have my account, my not PNW. I have the PNWGuerrilla account, not PNWGuerrilla account, and then I have the fucking the company account. Well, I don't know why my brain couldn't like click that for some reason. I follow 2, so I lack 1. Jesus, born, it's Jason Christ. The buying a house thing superseded my flying across the country. Sorry to miss it, if you like that. Well, see, if you just learned how to dig a hole and build a hobbit house, then you wouldn't have to buy a house. You can go out in the mountains and you can just dig one. You goober. No, so no bullshit. We go out into national land, and there is absolutely zero laws whatsoever about digging holes out in national land. You can just dig holes, and then all trees that are already down, you can just cut up trees that are already down. And since I'm not leaving the national forest, I don't need the firewood collecting permit. So like, unironically, you can just like go out into the mountains and just do things. And then not only that, there's a law on the books where you're only allowed to stay in one place for 2 weeks at a time. So theoretically speaking, you could have 2 hobbit holes on different sides of a national forest, and you could just rotate between those hobbit holes. Well, like, 2 weeks here and then 2 weeks the other one. You could just keep supplies at both. I'm not recommending that. I'm just saying you could, technically, theoretically. I mean, the government's probably going to, come after you for taxes at some point for some fucking reason because, they do that. But because the government's got to get theirs, man. They need their fucking taxes, man. Why aren't you paying more taxes? You should be paying more taxes. Just fucking take the vein, right? And just inject the taxes into your fucking vein so they can get the taxes because they need more taxes from your blood. They're not getting enough fucking taxes. The government needs their... give me your fucking taxes. That shit's mine now. Fuck. No parking, no motor vehicles, all dogs on a leash. The IRS will find you. If you ever get lost in the woods, just build a house on public land. The IRS will find you. I hate it because it's so true. It's so fucking true. Like, if you're ever lost in the woods, just try to commit tax evasion. The IRS will find you. Fuck. I hate how true that, like, that's painful. The IRS is going to find you, and they're going to rape you. You're getting raped.
Why do you think Huck has all that olive oil?
Yeah, Huck has all that olive oil for when the IRS finds him out in the mountains. Post shit hits the fan. The power's been out for months. The IRS will find you. They need theirs. But what about mine?
What about mine? I'm gonna need
Or tweet that you found oil. Oh. Yeah, that joke kind of came and went though, cause like then we realized that we were never in the Middle East for oil, and it like wasn't about oil at fucking all, and it was about other things. The government didn't care about oil. They didn't give a shit about oil. They're setting the oil fields on fire. We weren't in the Middle East for oil. They don't give a fuck. The government, like, we have so much fucking oil in America. You think that we went to the Middle East for that shit? Nah, dog. Nah. We went to the Middle East because America is, owned and controlled by another entity. Yeah, no, we had nuclear. It was never about oil. And, like, they're not using nuclear power because,
Oh, but that wouldn't get enough money. Oh, but we can't use the nuclear power because that wouldn't make enough money. I need more money. I need it out of your veins. Give me the money. I need more money.
Unfortunately, though, it's not even about money anymore. It's just about fucking control, right? Like, it has nothing to do with fucking money. They don't give a shit about money. They don't care about money. They just want you to have less of it, because then if the less money that you have, the more control that they have. They don't give a fuck about money. Money's just, like, once you're so rich, once you have so much, like, yeah, what's in your pockets? What's in your pockets? Just turn them out. I just want to see what's in your pocket. What's in your pocket? God, I wish I would have known about Sam Hyde before, like, last year. But, here we are now. I know who Sam Hyde is now. More dependent you are on them. I would like to be less dependent. This year on my taxes, I claim Netanyahu as a dependent. Hopefully I get a large sum back.
I claimed Ukraine.
You claimed Ukraine in your taxes? Based.
Zelensky himself.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna claim Zelensky and I'm gonna claim Netanyahu on my taxes. Let me train with you. Show up. Literally just show up. Also, drink water. Cheers. Around on me. Fuck, I love water. What are the clip-ons gonna go for? Probably money. Valid United States currency. I honestly, I don't know. I'm not even gonna lie.
We will accept mail in silver and gold.
Can we actually, is that something we can do? I don't even know. Chat, can we, legally can a company accept silver and gold? Is that a thing we can do? I would love to start keeping gold and silver assets. Oh, hey, speaking of, in no way related to, we're now selling new Write in the Rain notebooks, and they're the same pattern as these German coats, which is really cool. We also sell these German coats. So, that's cool. I think that's cool. You should go buy some of either. I'm pretty much just streaming so I can apparently tell you guys that I'm selling things. I didn't even realize that. Silver and gold at an all-time high. Shit, getting real. Will you accept deer meat as a trade? I mean, I'll take the deer meat and then personally pay the company. I mean, if you want to sell, I'll buy your deer meat from you, like me as a person. I'll buy your deer meat off you. Man, that's something that like I'm also trying to get like way better at, especially like, you know, like my dive more into having chickens is that like, fuck, dude, like being able to be more self-sufficient, like being able to eat more like real meat, knowing where your food came from. Like, is there anything more based? It's kind of hilarious, like how much we've like just like come fucking full circle, isn't it? Of like, you know, like 100 years ago, like our ancestors, our grandparents were, you know, like, oh, I want to sell the family farm and, you know, go live somewhere where life is easier. And then like, you know, in 100 years, we're like all the way back over here of like, can I go back to the family farm and life be harder? And I know where my food comes from. And like, I have like the value of a hard day's work. Like, fuck. You need help killing a deer? I don't need help killing a deer. Killing deer is extremely fucking easy.
Sometimes they run out in front of
Yeah, killing deer is extremely fucking easy. It's the fact that like in hunting season, the deer like know that it's hunting season and they fuck off. And especially in Washington State, dude. Oh my God. Hunting in Western Washington State within deer season is a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke. Oh, it is so challenging hunting in Western Washington in deer season. Like, it's like they fucking know, dude. It's like they fucking know. How are the laws in the Pacific Northwest on deer hunting? I'd say the biggest thing with deer hunting in the Pacific Northwest, let me train with you. I'm in your area. Nigga, like, just join the Telegram. Hop on. Yeah, go into any one of the YouTube videos, hop in the Telegram, and you're in, Hoss. You're good. Look at gold-back bills, valid currency in most state. Oh. Well, thank you, Wingman45.
Can I just have the physical gold?
What was that?
Can we just have the physical gold?
I mean, I would also like the physical gold, but like, based. I'm going to screenshot that, actually. I'm going to look into that. Yeah, that's something that I'm really trying to get more into. Actually, just personally, I'm trying to get more into gold and silver. Like, you know, I mean, because I feel like the prices are only going to go up from here, right? Oh, yeah, that's another thing. Oh, man, the price of eggs. Good Lord, dude. Like, I was like, oh, man, you guys pay these prices? Oh, fuck, that's gotta suck for you. Oof. Like, yeah, no, hard pass, my guy. Eggs, bullets, booze, Greater than silver. You forgot beans and bussy. No, unironically, like if you guys are trying to get more into like shit hits the fan prep, if you guys are trying to get more into like, you know, end of the world preparedness, the power going out preparedness, any discount code, I'm buying sandbags. Ian, do we have any discount codes active right now? Any discount codes that we can throw the live chat? Hey, that'd be a good idea. We should start having like live chat discounts. Yeah, like streams or like discounts that are only available while the stream's going. Yeah, that'd be a really good fucking idea. We're gonna have to start doing that. Carbs, protein, ammo, water, electricity. I would say not so much water prepping. I'd say the biggest is the Tarbers one still good. You know what? The Tarbers code still actually should be active. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm pretty sure the Tarbers code is still active. I don't know if the Tarbers code is active on everything, though. Oh, the Alpenfloge sale's still going. The Alpenfloge sale? Yeah, probably. You can keep it on until midnight. What is the let's see. Code Reagan is still going. Which I still think that's so fucking hilarious. Oh, code Thin Blue Line will get you 0% off your entire order.
New Booty 15 if they're a new customer.
New Booty 15?
Yeah.
All right. So that's if it's your first time making a purchase, New Booty 15 will give you 15% off your entire order.
New friend. So F-R-E-N.
Wait, is it New Friend or New Booty?
Both.
Oh, okay. Both do the same thing.
10% off.
Wait, is the Tarbers one not even work anymore?
Looking for it.
I'm not seeing it either. Yeah, dude, it was so funny. My wife was telling me recently that that like she went to high school with this chick named Reagan, and I was like, "Excuse me?" And she's like, "Yeah, you know my friend, like my old high school friend Reagan." And I was like, "You know what that is, right?" She's like, "What?" I'm like, I was like, "Babe, like spell Reagan backwards." I was like, "Just spell it out. Just spell it out." And she's like, "Oh my God." And I was like, "Yeah, why the fuck would her parents name her that? Like, why would you name a girl Reagan? Like, come on." Tarbers is still active?
But not for long.
But not for long. Tarbers is active on 3 collections. Damn, I made this code 3 years ago. How many times has this code been used? Dude, that's crazy. The Tarbers code has made this company $12,276.48.
That's how much we've not collected.
That's wild.
That's $12,000 we could have had.
No, that says in total sales.
Oh, what's come out for a total discount?
I have no idea.
I think that's the number. It's gotta be.
Finance docs. That's fine. I don't care that you guys know that. Dude, that's wild though.
I think the whole blankets cost.
That's wild. It's Reagan, not Reagan. Ah, yeah, but whatever. Whatever. You know what I'm getting at. I don't care that it's spelt differently. Bro, if you literally wear on live and said use code Reagan, it would go over so many people's heads. Yeah, also you should use the wrong were instead of where, but you know, whatever. I can't speak. I spell incorrectly all the damn time. All right. I do believe, yeah, it is about time, my guys. Well, should we go until 2 hours since we started late, or should we still just end at 7?
Let's go to 7:10.
710.
Replay the ad.
You replay the ad without the shot at the end, or do you just have to do it?
It's just gonna happen.
Oh, it's just in there. No, okay, I guess it's just in there.
It's just gonna happen.
My bad. Was in the army for a reason, nerd. Dude, if that ain't the truth. If that ain't the truth. You're like, yeah, hey, so like it's 903. You're 903, okay? Yeah, you're 903. I don't know what the fuck that would possibly mean. I gotta stop. I enjoy these streams a lot. Godspeed, y'all. Nerd. Haha. This guy's logging out. What a goober. What a goober. Return to shovel. Yeah, no. So once again, if you guys are wanting to come out to that next shovel digging event, you guys are probably going to want an e-tool. You guys are probably going to want some sandbags. You guys are going to want a poncho. You're going to want a tarp. You're going to want a wool blanket, even though we're not selling them right now. Don't currently have wool blankets in stock, so I guess I'll just check out. Yeah, you guys are probably going to want boot gaiters. We do have those in stock. Even if you're not getting them from me, even if you're getting them from a local surplus store, even if you're borrowing them from a friend, it doesn't matter. I'd say a huge thing is being prepared for being wet and being cold. So once again, November 1st and 2nd, if you guys are trying to come out and dig a hole with me, by all means, you are more than invited. Yeah, so the boot gaiters that we're selling as well, I do recommend, like any wet weather equipment, I do recommend treating them first. You guys want to treat all of your wet weather supplies because holy shit, it's wet and cold in the Pacific Northwest. Say it ain't so. Drink water. Yeah, if going into the wet season, you guys should be treating your wet weather gear. You guys need to be treating your ponchos, your tarps. You guys need to be treating, if you have a wet weather top, you have a wet weather pants. If you're buying any of the that's another thing. Like no bullshit. If you guys are planning on hunting or hiking or anything through like any sort of foliage while it is wet, I highly, highly, highly recommend those Flecktarn wet weather suspenders that we sell. That is, I've got like 4 or 5 pairs of them now personally. I even keep them in my vehicles. Those are like unbelievably goated in the sauce. Like for like wet weather gear, for wet weather supplies, I think that's probably the best bang for your buck that I sell at all. Like, yeah, no, they're unbelievably good. Like those wet weather suspender pants are just incredible. I will be wearing my set as well, and I pretty much this time of the year, I don't go out in the mountains without them. Those like it doesn't make sense how good the German like cold weather and wet weather supplies is. It just like they just knocked it out of the park, man. Fuck the German engineering, man. We need leather patches. Yeah, I know. I should get them back in stock. What's your opinion on people saying 20-inch barrels are obsolete? They're fucking idiots. Who's that? Who's people? Fucking kill them. I'm kidding. Don't kill people for having bad opinions. You're allowed to have bad opinions, but like that person should be backhanded at a minimum because that's 20-inch barrels are obsolete. Are you fucking just no? What? No. My AUG is rocking a fucking 24-inch barrel. All right, like I don't want to hear it. Yeah, no. My 24-inch AUG is shorter than a fucking 16-inch AR. All right. And like 77 grain 5.56 coming out of a 24-inch barrel. Oh, man, she fucking angy. She angy. Suspenders are based. Suspenders are fucking unfathomably based. I love my suspenders. Suspenders with boot gaiters and then a poncho or a cape. Yeah, no. Dude, like Huck runs a 20-inch. Huck runs a 20-inch with iron sights, and he's got a flashlight. He's got a Surefire flashlight that's fucking zip tied and electrical taped to the handguard.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was zip tied.
Yeah, no, it's zip tied and electrical taped to the handguard. Cause it's Huck. Like, of course it is. What's hilarious though is it's one of the IR white light dual fuels. so he can run it with his nods. And it's just like, dude, it's like he doesn't have a laser on it. Like Huck is like the only man that I know that will run a lever gun with dual tubes, and there's not even a fucking sighting system on the lever gun. There's not a sighting system.
He's still combat effective.
And he's the most combat effective civilian that I've probably ever been around. Like, just more of a man than me. Do you sell headlamps? No, I do not sell headlamps. I would love to sell headlamps. If you are going to get a headlamp, I highly recommend the Princeton Tech Remix. The Princeton Tech Remix. The main reason that I recommend it is that it has 2 modes for your red light. When you're out in the mountains and you're trying to be a little bit more cautious and cognizant of your white light discipline or light discipline overall, the red light is going to give off significantly less of a light signature. It is harder to see red light from further. Now, there are some downsides to that, but the nice thing about the Princeton Tech Remix is that you get red light first, you press it once, and you press it again, and then you get brighter red light, and then you have to hold it to get your white light. For the most part, I am doing my absolute hardest to never use white light. Not only does white light give away your position for significantly farther, I mean, white light can give away your position for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. Not only that, but the white light is going to drain your battery significantly faster. So red light overall is just, in my opinion, significantly better. Once again, the Princeton Tech Remix, and no, I do not sell it. They have the CR123 variant, and they also have the AAA battery variant. I usually go for the AAA battery variant. It's a little bit cheaper, but the CR123 probably would make sense. I usually keep both of those batteries on me regardless, so it doesn't really affect me too much. Okay, that was a long rant about fucking flashlights. Yeah, Princeton Tech Remix. Highly, highly, highly recommend that. I've got like 6 sets of them now. Not only that, I highly recommend keeping at least 2 headlamps with you. I've had headlamps break out in the field. Not only that, but if you have one headlamp die, trying to swap out the batteries of one headlamp while you don't have light is a pain in the fucking ass. So have 2 headlamps, because then if one dies, you can use the other headlamp to get the batteries. Can you sell an N-word pass?
We did at one point in time.
Oh, is it on the website anymore?
No, I think
Dang.
verified.
Oh, that's right, because Shopify doesn't. We had an N-word pass. Maybe it'll have to be like a Patreon only kind of thing.
I can fill a white privilege card.
Surefire versus Streamlight. The new TLR1 has more lumens and candela than the X300 Turbo. Honestly, they're both owned by the same company. I use the Streamlight TLR7A on my EDC, and then my rifle is the Surefire dual fuel M600, I believe it is. I could be saying that wrong. But like like flashlight spurging is kind of unnecessary. Like I sacrifice a little bit of white light on my rifle light to be able to have IR and white in the same unit. And I understand that I'm losing a little bit from that, and I could be using like the WLAD that we're selling. But I've been running the Surefire for years and years and years and years. I was running a Surefire while I was in the Army, so I've been using Surefire for 15 years now, and it just keeps working. Pistol red dots are a yes. Highly recommend pistol red dots. Cannot recommend them enough. If you're going to get a pistol red dot, I'm going to recommend getting something that is more higher quality. Don't go for a cheaper red dot. It's not worth it. Just save your money. Go with something with an RMR footprint. RMR footprint. The vast majority of red dot sights. Oh my God, words on the market are RMR footprint. So highly recommend going that, because even if you do want to upgrade into something better, you can stay with the RMR footprint. I once got a Glock 19 slide cut for like some random cheap Vortex optic. And like as soon as I like got a little bit more money in my life and realized that that Vortex optic sucked, I was like, well, fuck. And then I had to sell the entire slide because I had it cut for something that wasn't an RMR footprint. There's so many optics on the market now that are using the RMR footprint. Currently, I'm running a 507T or 507C, and then I have the 509T as well. And both those optics are fantastic. Eventually, I might upgrade. I wouldn't mind trying out something that's like, I don't know. I want to get more into closed emitters. The 509T is a closed emitter, and I know that people are like, oh, holothon bad. But EOTech plus magnifier sucks ass, and I fucking hate running a magnifier so much. I can't believe how much I hate running a magnifier. I just helped a buddy set up his rifle with a Aimpoint Pro with a magnifier, and it's not as good as an ACOG. I wish that ACOGs were great, or I wish that ACOGs weren't as great as they are, but ACOG just all the way. ACOG works, and it keeps working, and it keeps working, and it keeps working, and it keeps working. I hate magnifiers because I hate something on my rifle that's constantly fucking moving, flipping back and forth, especially while you're rucking, especially while you're hiking, especially while you're like fidgeting with your gear, and it's like just constantly fucking moving around. It's never like in the exact same spot. Not only that, when you have something that's just completely, like separate and off from your rifle, even pushing it down, it takes up so much fucking rail space. Times 6 magnifiers, no, ew. Times 6 magnifiers have really shitty eye relief. So, once again, another huge issue is that in the Pacific Northwest, it's raining so much. So if you're using a magnifier now, instead of having to worry about 2 planes of glass with your red dot, now you're using 4 planes of glass, and you have to use the 2 planes of glass to see the other 2 planes of glass, and it's raining. Everything is wet. So you're trying to see through 4 planes of fucking glass while it's pissing fucking rain. Now, once again, I'm in the Pacific Northwest. I'm in Washington State. It is very wet here, so that might not be an issue that a lot of you guys have to deal with. But running a red dot with a magnifier in Washington State for the vast majority of the year just isn't viable. It's just not worth it. I've had nothing but issues. And overall, ACOGs, iron sights are Huck approved. And the ACOG for me just fucking works. The ACOG just keeps working. And something for the snow as well is that, try to have your optic covered as best as you can. So I don't know how many, rifles I've seen and fuck up and things go wrong, and you get snow and ice packed up in your glass when you're training in really cold environments. So something I'm moving towards is having just a cover over my ACOG or over my optic, over whatever I'm doing while I'm out in the snow and snowshoeing and hiking in the snow and what have you. But yeah. Anyway, I believe that's it's about time. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate your views and your likes and all the super chats and everything. You guys have been great. And once again, I would like to remind you guys, as always, never ever doom pill. We're going to fucking make it, and ape together strong. Peace.